Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to talk about VPVR volume profile visible range. We will talk about all these topics line by line in this video. What is volume profile? How to use volume profile settings, the time frame on which volume profile can be used. So that start the video, but before that, if you have come to the channel for the first time, then subscribe to the channel and also click on the bell icon so that the notification of any new video uploaded will reach you. First, what is volume profile? The volume profile indicator is different. This indicator displays volume not as vertical bar along the x-axis but rather as horizontal bar along the y-axis. Put in other word, volume profile indicator displays volume across price rather than volume across time. Each horizontal bar represents the volume for a particular price over the chart area that is currently under display. As a result, zooming in and zooming out will cause the volume profile to adjust, because the volume will change as more data comes in or goes out of the visible chart range. Once the indicator has been plotted on the chart, you can check this out by scrolling in and scrolling out your mouse when the pointer is on the chart. Also, each horizontal bar by default would comprise of up volume and down volume. Each bar consisting of up volume, that is blue, and down volume, that is yellow, displays the total volume traded horizontally for that specific price level, from the leftmost candle under display to the rightmost candle. The length of each bar indicates the quantum of volume that was traded for that specific price level. The larger the bar, the larger the volume traded for that specific price level, and vice versa. In the case of the chart above, see that larger bar were located near the center of y-axis, indicating that a bulk of activity occurred near the center. Meanwhile, see that the bars at the top as well as those at the bottom were quite small, indicating not much activity occurred at these price levels. There are a few unique things to notice in a volume profile chart. Let us talk about them now. First, value area. Value area refers to the region or the price range within which a bulk of buying and selling activity took place. It is expressed as a percent and the default setting is 70. What does it mean when the value area is set to 70? Well, it means the chart will highlight that region where 70% of the total volume was registered over the area under display. And how is the value area highlighted? Where it is highlighted using the transparency of the bar. To understand this, see the chart. Observe that some volume bars are solid while the others are less transparent. The bars that are solid represent the region where 70% of the total volume occurred for the area under display. That is, this is the region where a bulk of buying and selling occurred. This setting can be changed as per your liking. Second, value area high and low. The topmost bar within the value area is called value area high, while the bottommost bar within the value area is called value area low. Third, point of control. Point of control represents the price of the chart that registered the highest volume for the area under display. To understand this, look at the chart and notice the red horizontal line. This line is the point of control, the price level that registered the highest volume. Point of control is automatically calculated by the indicator. And fourth, profile high and low. The highest price for the chart area under display is called the profile high, while the lowest price for the chart area under display is called the profile low. Next, second is how to use volume profile. One of the major uses of volume profile indicator is to identify price zones that are accepted, that is high volume zones, as well as those that are rejected, that is low volume zones, by market participants. These are reasons of significance not only from a price standpoint but also from a volume standpoint. They can often act as important area of support and resistance. Let us look at a real-time chart to understand how to use this indicator. The chart is the 15-minute chart of Nifty futures. In the chart, see that Nifty is right at the top of the trading range. See that volume at this price level is quite low. Is it worth entering a long position here? Probably not, especially when looked at from a risk reward standpoint. So, in case of a price correction, what could be a good level to enter a long position? Well, one such area is the point of control. However, as this is too far from the current price, let us ignore it for now and instead focus on the top of the value area, which lies near 15,810. See that this area coincides with the previous lows. If Nifty were to decline going forward, this region can be considered for entering a long position. Next, the chart is the 16-minute chart of ICICI Bank. See that the stock is consolidating at a price region that has registered high volume. Notice that the up volume and down volume are essentially identical over these two bars, suggesting a sort of equilibrium. If price were to break the red line, there could be a price correction. In such a case, one needs to monitor the price activity near the point of control, as this could act as a strong support level. Now, here is one suggestion. Rather than focusing exactly on the price point of control, it would be better to focus on the area around the point of control, as shown in the chart. Using the purple rectangle bar, if price holds near this support zone and bounce off it, it could be a good level to enter longs. Next, third, volume profile settings. There are two tabs in the volume profile settings: input and styles. First, input. Rows layout. You have two options under this: number of rows and tick per rows. Number of rows allows a user to choose how many volume bars to display on the chart. Tick per row allows a user to choose the minimum number of ticks per volume bar. The default option is number of rows. Next, row size. This is a subcomponent of the above option. You need to input a number here. The default option is 24. As an example, if the rows layout chosen is the number of rows and the row size is set to 24, a total of 24 horizontal volume bars would be displayed on the chart. Next, volume. You have two options under this, up, down and total. Choosing up, down would display both up volume as well as down volume, whereas choosing total would display only the total volume, that is up plus down combined. The default option is up and down. Next, value area volume. You need to input a number here. The default option is 70. What this means is the chart will highlight that region where 70% of the total volume was registered over the area under display. Next one is style. First, show values. Turning this on displays the value of the volume profile. By default, this option is not selected. Unless you want to see the value of up down volume or total volume, this option is not needed. Next, width. This represents the width of each horizontal bar. You need to enter a number here. The default option is 30. Increasing width beyond 30 would increase the horizontal size of each bar and vice versa. Next, placement. This is an option for placement of the volume bars. The default option is right, meaning the bars would appear to the right of the chart. Next, up volume, down volume, value area up, value area down. Each of these options are for changing the color of the volume bars. Next, point of control. Selecting this option would allows you to see the point of control line. By default, this option is selected. Next, developing point of control. Selecting this option would allow you to see how point of control has evolved over time and over the chart area under display. By default, this option is not selected. Next, developing value area. Selecting this option would allow you to see how value area high and value area low have evolved over time and over the chart under area display. By default, this option is not selected. And next, fourth, the time frame on which volume profile can be used. As we have seen over the last two charts, volume profile can be used on any time frame. It can be used on the daily and weekly time frame to gauge the larger picture and identify longer term value areas, acceptance and rejection zones, support and resistance, etc. On the other hand, it can also be used on intraday time frame to gauge the shorter term picture and identify entry and exit levels. Volume profile indicator can also be used on the very short term charts such as 1 minute or tick charts to identify the price level where key support and resistance lies. Volume profile can be used by all type of trader, scalpers, day traders, swing traders and positional trader. Also, just like any other technical parameter, get into the habit of using multiple time frames when analyzing using the volume profile indicator. So thank you so much guys. If you like this video, then please like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.